Similar to the GDPR, California passed the California Consumer Privacy Act of 2018 last week. Join us for this GDPR Minute as we discuss the key differences between the two initiatives. Last week, the state of California unanimously passed AB 375, which is officially known as the California Consumer Privacy Act of 2018, and the legislation will take effect on January 1st, 2020. This bill, which initially started back in February of 2017, is very similar to the familiar European Union's GDPR. Much of the same data classification, business logic, and tracking of consent and preferences developed to comply with the GDPR should carry over to this new California law. Today, I'm going to talk about some of the key differences between the two regulations. The first key difference is that California Consumer Privacy Act will allow businesses to offer their users certain financial benefits in exchange for users' consent to collection and processing their personal information. Additionally, the Act prohibits businesses from discriminating against those who haven't given their consent. The second difference is, in Europe, consumers must opt in by affirmatively giving consent. Under the CCPA, consumers don't need to opt in unless the individual is under the age of 16, but they can opt out of the sale of their personal information to third parties. And finally, and most importantly, the CCPA provides a limited private right of action for data breaches with statutory damages up to $750 per consumer per incident, or actual damages, whichever is greater. While the California Consumer Privacy Act shadows the GDPR in many regards, there are significant differences between them, most importantly in regards of financial incentive to share personal data. And keep in mind, with the AB 375 not going into effect until the beginning of 2020, many expect that both consumer advocates and business community will lobby further to amend these and other parts of the law. Thanks for joining us today. Would love to hear from you and be a part of this conversation, so please chime in the comment section below and let us hear your thoughts around this new initiative. And as always, please visit us on Facebook, Twitter, and cybertraining365.com/GDPR for more info around GDPR and access other GDPR Minute videos. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time.